Y'all know what it is. It's Friday. Y'all know who in the building, but we got a special guest. It's Shim Talk. Yo! Hey, Mel!
What's the dealio? What's up, everybody?
How you feeling, Mel?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling real special today.
Mel, you holding down the whole fort today.
Yeah.
How you feeling about that, Mel?
It's a little different. I'm missing my sis right now because, she usually right here with me. But, I brought somebody to make me feel just as special as she do.
Y'all won't believe the trouble Mel brought in the building. Let's see how much she show off. Guess who's in the building, y'all? It's the wife. Introduce your wife, Mel.
Hey, everybody know it's my wife, Tina. How you doing?
I'm good. How's everybody? It's good to be here. Glad to be here. Spreading the love, definitely.
I'm telling y'all, she brought so much good energy that it's weird to me because I'm never calm. She got me here like, well, what time is it now? She got me on chill. So I can imagine how she
What's up, Angelique?
Outside of it. We ain't gonna bring it up. All right, y'all. So real quick, this topic, Mel, like, as soon as you gave me the description, it rang for me because I love how I sound.
All right. Yeah.
Please tell everybody what the show is about.
Well,
today.
so I came up with this great topic because I felt like we should have way more marriages and less makeups. Coming from a couple who's been together for off and on for 25 years,
yes.
I felt like, that was something that really needed to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to put more marriages together and let's not have to make up as much.
I love it. So tell me how, we already know Mel. Tell us some secrets, like what holds all the truth? Because Mel come in, she's so calm, she's so blessed. She's so, she give us all that prayer warrior. Tell us some good.
That prayer warrior, I wasn't always there. I'll tell you that.
I had a feeling. Yeah.
We had to definitely march through some trenches for her to get to that point, including myself. Getting together at such a young age, you evolve tremendously. And it's definitely been a walk. She's been a piece of work, definitely. Definitely. So the person you see today is definitely all the hard work that she's put in.
And you know what? I think the awesome part is because you get to see the ruckus, change the ruckus, and still appreciate the end. You know how some people's like, well, when we was together, she wasn't like that.
Oh yeah.
But now you like, 25 years, I deserve this.
But we had that. We had that period, because we did 14 years together first. We were apart for 7. And then we got back together and got married.
I know, that's right.
So we definitely know what life was like without each other. We learned what we wanted, what we didn't want. You know what I'm saying? We knew what we would accept and won't accept.
Right.
We've learned what we like and don't like from
That's
other
what
people. Yeah, because once you date other people, you start to say, oh, I like that, or I don't like that.
Right.
So, we definitely was able to experience all those avenues, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
And that's that good part about that space, because you get to learn you. Because after 14 years, I'm somebody totally different.
Absolutely.
So you had 7 years of all of that, even if it was trouble she was getting into. She had 7 years of that. So now it's like, here we go.
Yeah, so the one thing that I always tell her, the biggest thing is that most people, you stop dating. And I was telling you about that. And people don't understand. If you look at the Greek word for dating, it's data. We stop collecting data on each other. So once you stop collecting that data on each other, you don't know. I done grew. I done changed over that time. You talking about 7 is a completion. Then we did another 7 a completion. That's 14 years. Then we did 7 without each other. That's 20. We keep having these completion of time between us. So we definitely change. They say you change every 7.
I was going to say that. Everybody say you change
so
every
you
7.
figure we did 2 7s together, and then the third 7 we did it without each other. So we definitely got to learn and grow a lot. So.
Do you recommend that gap, like that whole, even if you was with somebody so long, get to know you and then come back together?
Well, definitely. Unfortunately, sometimes the damage is too great to stay together. Mm-hmm. And the good part about us, we did separate, but the connection that we had was our children. Yes, that show y'all had, I'm that co-parent that no matter what.
And remember on the show she told me, don't touch her. Don't sit in here with these cute peach shirts on there.
keeping that friendship and line of communication, even with just the kids. Like, we would talk as friends. You know, we would kind of once a week we would sit on the phone and kind of go over with the kids and what was going on and things of that nature. And I think definitely learning each other separated was actually a blessing for us because of the damage. Now, no, do I recommend maybe possibly you should break up and no, if you can work through
just
it,
that space.
yeah, definitely. But I've learned that acceptance, you have to accept who you're with. Unfortunately, we all step into these relationships thinking, oh, I can change this person if I'm just better than their past relationships. Because for me, discussing past relationships is null and void.
Thank you. Because that came up as a topic on another show earlier this week. Like, why do people discuss who I was with and what I did before? And I was a person who was like, I don't understand.
It makes no sense because all you're doing is building judgment in areas, and especially if you're a person that's deceitful and dishonest, all you're going to do is maneuver like
ammunition.
You're not this person. You know, eventually the truth will be revealed, but you can't, you know, you have to be really accepting to who somebody is. And then once you do that, you can conquer anything. You know, I always say, everybody got shit with them. You just got to decide whose shit you want to shovel. And that's basically what it is.
I love that. I know we say, who crazy that you want to unwrap. But I like the whose shit
you want to shovel. I know that's right.
Real quick, I'm sorry. I just wanted to read your comment real quick. Beloved _ Davion 94.
Yeah.
I know what that is.
Son.
Yeah, because he said, parents will never stop. Excuse me. Son, I'm sorry if you thought I said that. I just had to read that. He over on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right. Yep. So, but I'm gonna read a little bit of these over here on Shim Talk. We got Tosh, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. You know what I'm saying? Angelique, Allure. I'm glad to have all of y'all. Just wanted to say hi to y'all, let y'all know we appreciate you coming in. But definitely, you know, and being together for 25 years, it's a lot of different avenues we have driven down. You know what I'm saying? We did the parenting. You know what I'm saying? We had to deal with the families. You know, we come from two different backgrounds. You know, we brought two different worlds together. You know, she came from one type of family, which was a single mom, and I came from a 2-parent household. And those dynamics made us two different women.
I was about to say that.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so that was, it was very rough. You know what I'm saying? Because she's taught to be a certain type of woman because her mom was a single mom. And I'm taught different because I had 2 parents in my house and I was able to get the nurturing from 2 different areas. I learned the masculine side of things and the feminine side of things. She got the feminine side, mostly her mom's opinion. So when we sat down and we would have problems or things would go on, I'm dealing with not trying to say that single women are angry, but a viewpoint of a single woman is different.
A big difference
than
from somebody who
coming from a 2-parent household, because I got to see my father's side and my mother's side. You know,
I was
so
a single parent,
what
so
you
I
think?
definitely dig where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, because I'm independent to the end.
Yes.
Like, you know, there's one thing about being submissive to your mate, but I'm not going to submerge. When I know what can be better.
That's my post. That's my post.
When I know my idea may be the better idea, you know, and I never had that. I don't know what it's like to function in a relationship because my mother to this day is a man hater, you know, because of her experience in life. So I never got to see a function in a relationship. And then my father left when I was 6 months, so I didn't even hear his side of the story until I was an adult.
So
that's it.
Way.
That's it. So to be able to be in a relationship and let Mel take the lead was hard.
Yes.
Was hard. And sometimes it's still hard right now because she says, I think I know everything. That's what she tells me. She's like, you think you know everything. And I know, and I'm like, no, I just know what I'm talking about. There's a difference.
What is your birthday?
She thinks she know everything.
Like
no, she's a Cancer.
But you know what? Cancers and Pisces are a lot alike. Because I say that all the time. And I'm like, I don't know everything. But I speak on what I know.
That's
Therefore, I can be loud and tell you what it is.
That's right.
Yeah, she's definitely very much like that.
I'm sorry, real quick, I just want to say, beloved _ Davion said, 2 strong, independent women. I love everything about you. Just Tosh _ said, are you guys on YouTube?
Yes, we are on YouTube. You can go check us out at
Straight Talk with Miss V on YouTube. YouTube. That's VEE. Straight Talk with Miss V. The show title is Shem Talk. We actually on YouTube live right now.
That's right. And
Jump
if you can come inside Shem Talk. We on our page. Come inside there. We're live
Shem
in there too.
And
But
Shem Talk is on Facebook.
definitely, she made a lot of valid points that definitely a lot of, new relationships, come into this life, and it's like, they don't realize, and we didn't realize. Let me make that clear. We ain't get here today. I mean, just now. We went through the trenches to get where we at right now. You know what I mean? We went through the good times, bad times, and we came back to the good times, and we had some more bad times. So this ain't no cakewalk in the park. It's
That's
work.
what I was about to say. I think
know what
that's
I mean?
the part that makes it so intriguing. Like to hear y'all and sit here and be like here to.
I mean, it's been a roller coaster for us. You know what I mean? We've had a lot of things that happened in 25 years. You're talking about 25 years old when I got with her. You know what I mean? I was 25 years old. Coming from a home where I was with my mom and my dad, I was kind of more sheltered. She was way more independent. The one thing about it was when I met her, I tell people this story all the time. When we had our first struggle, I was ready to run back home.
I know that's
because I ain't know nothing about struggle.
I was ready to say.
You understand what I'm saying? But she told me something that stuck with me to this day. She said, if you trust me and allow me to get us through this, I'll get us through this. And she got us through it.
I know that's right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
so it's like, I definitely understand that, you got to, and that was hard for me because I come from my father's child. I'm very masculine. To be led by not a woman was hard for me because my father always led.
Right.
That was my Superman. So I felt like I had to always lead. So to humble myself and say, ooh, okay, you can leave for a while.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can leave for a while. I'm going to trust you. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to say she got us through it. That's one thing I can say. Now, I'm not going to say we didn't have troubles in our relationship and stuff like that. Yeah, we did. We had a lot of great troubles. Mm-hmm. We had breakups. We had makeups. We had infidelities. We had a lot of things that happened in the course of 25 years. And I want people to understand that, no, we're not perfect. Relationships are not easy.
Right.
But it's what you're willing to put into it. It's been plenty of times I wanted to walk away, and I know she wanted to walk away. Am I correct?
Correct. Absolutely.
And that's what brings us back to your description of your show today.
Yes, definitely.
More marriages.
And less makeup. Yeah.
Can I read these comments real quick?
Definitely.
Over on Instagram, 19_board_99 said, and being raised by parents who come from those backgrounds adds stability in the home because you teach both important things, which is true. I'm so loving the feedback today. Beloved_Davion94 said, a lot of knowledge.
Definitely. And over here we got Linda Vogue. She's saying, she's like, she love it. This is giving her hope. And that's what this is about today. This is about giving hope. You know what I'm saying? Because we gave up on hope at one point. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We're here to say, you can give up on hope. I'm not saying don't, because I don't know your circumstances. Right. But I'm going to say this much. If at any time you feel like, because a lot of people say, how you go back? I don't want to spin the block. You shouldn't spin the block. Everybody has their opinions about it. But it's what you're willing to put in. You know what I mean? Spinning the block for some people could be good. You know what I'm saying? We had to double back because we couldn't make it straight through. That was a rough ride for us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We had to take that time apart to learn ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And then be able to learn each other again. And that's the catch to it. A lot of people don't want to do the work over because we started over. She changed in 7 years.
Yeah, I was going to say 7 years is a whole new person for the both of y'all.
Drastically, V. I changed drastically because when I was younger, I wanted to be a housewife. That was my career goal. And that's what I was.
Let me get one.
But, I did all those things. Mm-hmm. But in the process of dating other people, I realized that I don't have to do that.
Right.
So, in coming back, Mel was expecting the person that she met, and she was gone.
Absolutely. Totally different person.
So now the data has completely changed.
Yes. So I had to get this data all over again. Like I had to start collecting new data all over again. And mind you, we got married. So, but you know, we end up getting married when we came back after that 7 year stretch. Yes. Yeah, I mean, we were apart for 7 years. We dated other people and everything. We had a blended family. Both of our partners, we dated people. We spent Christmas. Yeah, this is the same wife that I spent. This is the same wife that I told y'all about earlier when I told y'all on the other show that we did family outings together and we did family Christmases together. She had her girlfriend and I had my girlfriend, and we all came together for holidays or whatever. We did whatever needed to be done for our kids.
That's the great.
The one thing about us, you know, we definitely wanted to let our kids know. And right now, we still look at our kids and we say that. We be like, we watch them in their relationships. And the reason that they go through the things that they go through, and I tell her, they just demonstrating what they seen.
Yeah.
They stick it out. You know what I'm saying? They learn to stick it out. You know, and then sometimes, you know, it could be a good thing and a bad thing.
Because I want to strangle all my kids.
I was great. I'm like that with my oldest son. I'm like, you too lenient, son. I'm going to need you to, you know, but it's what he's seen me be. So it's kind of like I gave him some good, but it was kind of bad for him because he don't know if I cried behind the door. If I knew today is the day to be done.
Mm-hmm.
You
Absolutely.
know what I mean? Real quick, I'm going to read some of your comments before you go on, Mel. Over on Instagram, Beloved_Davion94 said, a lot of knowledge. 19_board_99 said, one teaches independency in the children, another teaches that it takes a village. I love it. So collectively, look how much they earn it.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm and this one thing Benita Watson said up here that is definitely true for us. Keep trusting in the Lord and keep your faith in God. That's definitely been a core thing for us. You know, the one reason I think that we can't separate is because we connected on a spiritual level first. If we connected on sex, that relationship would have never gotten back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If we connected on anything else other than the fact, as we have a spiritual connection. And I think that's what keeps bringing us back to each other. Because once you have a spiritual connection, that's a different connection than any other connection.
Right. And you know mentioned that on your show, I want to say like 2 weeks ago, and you mentioned how, I think, what's your topic? I think the topic was something in reference to like chemistry. And you were saying that sex is nothing. Yeah. It's that the emotions in there, that spiritual level, that whole different thing. The sex mean nothing.
Yeah.
You can get the sex and still be gone and come back just because the sex.
That's why most guys got a baby mother, and that's how they treat them because it was about sex.
Because it was about
you know what I'm saying? It's a difference. She's not my baby's mother. She's my kid's mother. There's a difference.
It's a huge difference.
You pay attention to how people address people.
Now it's pulling cards.
You know what I'm saying? That is different. You know what I'm saying? When and it makes you respect her different. Mm-hmm. So any relationship that I went in, they knew we're going to respect her. Yeah. And she let them know we're going to respect her. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to respect each other, but we're going to respect, them because that's my kid's other parent.
And I have to admit, I was not very pleasant. I can hold my truth right now.
Thank you for being
absolutely, because
we want to know if it was easier.
No, it wasn't, because I know there's been a couple times when Mel was married before, and my daughter, who is the board 99, she said that my mommy would see the phone ring and see it with me, and the whole energy would shift. Because it's just certain things that you don't do. Like, I never got involved with her relationship because that really wasn't my business. But when it came to them kids, even the ones she birthed, you better do what I say do. And that's it.
Because that's where we still should be a team at.
That's right.
All those things for us should always be the same. No matter the age, no matter where you live, who you live with.
Absolutely.
When it comes to this kid,
that's all that matters.
Yeah.
The team stays.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, and that was one thing. But she always gave that because with our kid's father, it was the same between us. Mm-hmm. You understand? Remember I told you how we spend Father's Day. He comes to our house. We spend Father's Day. We celebrate him for Father's Day. We've always been that way.
All of that's true. I'm here to say all of that's true.
Thank you. It's good to have you here to tell it.
Yeah. She's never strayed away from that. Like when I met her, she was like, yeah, he's going to respect you, but you got to respect him too. This is my kid's father. You understand what I'm saying? And he's going to be in their life. So, and we love that. There's never been a problem. All my kids are on here line. My other daughter up here is on. Mulan is on here. Mulan is my other one.
Is over here.
Mulan is
on Instagram.
That's the youngest. That's
Okay.
and Mulan over here is my Brooklyn. Mulan is my other daughter. That's my biological daughter who's on here, and she's on here, so they know.
And Davion,
and Davion, that's my son. That's my trans son that I told everybody about.
Okay, we talked about
him.
him.
Yes, that's my son. Yes, a couple weeks ago. And that's another thing. We've been through a lot of things and that's why the importance of us talking about today was to bring up our ministry,
right?
J Storms, because just striving to overcome rejection for my salvation / sexuality. And the reason this ministry is dedicated to our community, we want to be able to give them couples counseling. We want to be able to talk about family counseling. We want to be able to help people understand what it is to, even though we gay, to have a transgender child. That's a whole nother subject that people don't understand. That was hard, for us at first. Even though our child is, was gay, and then when he came home and said, "Ma, this is what I'm going to do," that was tough for us at first. You know what I mean? And it wasn't tough because of the lifestyle, him being transgender. It was tough because we knew how hurtful this world was.
Right. Absolutely.
And to see that and to have to watch my wife, she's worried. So, you tell them about that.
Oh my goodness. It was stressful. It was very stressful. I asked a lot of questions. When he first came to us and said that this is, what he felt and where his life was going, I was devastated because I knew that the world was not going to be nice. I asked so many questions. I got into so many groups, and just, wow, love him. You can't tell me nothing now. Right. You know what I mean? Because I was able to love beyond my own personal fears.
Yes, and see, that's the whole thing,
to be able to
camera,
what you just said, because a lot of people question themselves. Well, what you gonna do if your child come to you? Well, I don't know, cause I ain't for that lifestyle. I gotta love my child
absolutely
beyond this.
Yes,
and that's the importance of our ministry, because we got parents who have kids that are gay and they are turning them away. They can't love them because they backgrounds, they Christian belief or whatever belief, religious belief that they have, and they can't love their child. So we want to be able to stand in the gap to intercede for them and say, hey, let's help the parent understand, but also be support for the child. You know what I mean? And that was really important for us. So that's why we came up with our ministry, because there's a need for this in our community. People are afraid. People are, they taking away rights. They gave us rights that they're taking back from us now in Florida. You know what I'm saying? So if we don't stand up together now, we're going to fall for everything. They're going to keep taking more. That's just the start. But if we don't speak out about it and we don't get out here and protest and fight for it.
In a unity together with it, like we said a couple weeks ago, I don't care what you want to do. That's what you want to do. I got your back. Yeah. Why? Because the lifestyle, they're going to look at everybody who checked the box.
Let me tell you something.
They're not going to divvy it up.
When they want to, we categorize ourselves as lesbians, gays, transgenders, whatever. All they see us as is one people that they don't want to be bothered with. That's it. So if we don't do something now and start talking about it and start getting out there protesting and start walking and start doing whatever we need to do, vote, make sure we vote, because that same guy is running for president in 24. The next election that we have, he's talking about he wants to run for president, the one that's the governor. We can't have him in there. Could you imagine? He already did that to Florida. What you think he's gonna try to do to the rest of the world?
I just want to say real quick, Davion just came back on Instagram. I'm getting bored in Davion competition over here, because Board said a couple things, but I missed because I didn't want to cut you off. Said God, the last one is God loves your soul, not your physical form. Davion came back to say the love never changed from none of my family, and I wanted to make sure I say that because I want people to know that he's speaking on his own self and telling you what it was. So it's one thing to say, because how we loved our child, but there's a difference when the child say, nobody loved me no different.
And that's important. And that was important for us.
Me to cry.
You know what I'm
Sorry,
saying?
I'm emotional.
She's always emotional about our kids. I have to say, she's a very, very emotional woman when it comes to our kids. She's a mother who goes beyond, above and beyond. But you know, we definitely, we here because we know that this is not an easy journey. You know what I'm saying? When we get grown and we have these families and we say we want to get married, that's why we in and out relationships so quick. Lesbians, you know, we jump into a relationship, soon as something don't look right, we jump ship, you know, and then the next week you like, dang, she was just dating her and now she's not dating her no more. She's married. You know what I'm saying? You know, we all do that. I'm not taking nothing from nobody. We've been there. We did the up and the downs and short relationships and jumping around. But the thing of it is, the reason they're not respecting us is because we're not carrying ourselves to be respected.
There you go.
You understand? We have to show them that we have breakups too, but we don't just walk away and get a divorce just because we can. You know what I mean? We got used to the fact when we couldn't get married, we could walk away so easy that now when we get married, we still think we could do the same thing. And I am here to attest to that. When we was together, I think I fought harder when we was just dating. And when we got married, I was like, all right, I'm out.
Right,
yeah, that part.
You say, yeah, that part. Because you kind of got used to it. And that's the tough part that I was mentioning to Juan a couple weeks ago. Like, you got to realize what you're saying, you got to speak on everybody. So don't put me in a box.
Yeah.
V, what side of the fence you on? No fence. I'm V.
Mm-hmm.
What I like this week is what's healthy and what I like.
That's
like,
right.
Don't box me in. But did I grow up with an uncle who was a transsexual and gave all the attitude? Yes. So everything rainbow culture.
Right.
I'm bringing it. Do I got this and that going on in my life? No, but ask me, am I going to ride for it like it is?
That's right.
Because I know what that love means. You got to love everybody.
Yes.
On that consistency. Because like you said, they're going to look at everybody as one. I don't care what side of the fence.
They don't care. They don't care
What
about them
backyard.
alphabets. They don't care about none of them letters. They want to treat us all. They want to put us all in one place and treat us all the same.
Right.
And that's where we have to stand out and say, no, we're not. We are human beings. We live a life just like everybody else, and we go through the same issues, the same problems, the same discriminations, because we still black, we're still women.
Still women.
You know what I'm saying? So we still got, now I just got another stigma on the back of me because now y'all got a problem because I'm a lesbian. So, you know, our fight has always been, you know what I'm saying? You know, we can't, we got so many avenues to fight that we never stop fighting. You know what I'm saying? So because we're so used to fighting, we bring that same fight in our relationships. And we fight each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we've always been pushed up against the wall. So the least little thing aggravates us as women. And they say we angry. No, we're not angry. We're tired. There's a difference.
Yes.
And when a woman becomes tired, she scratches and she claws and she steps out and she gets firm. And people get upset with that. You know what I mean? What do you think?
Yeah.
I was just going to ask her, like, come on now, give us some more real.
The one thing that I have learned
to women so much
is, you know, we as women have to heal our past. So much, traumatic situations, so much PST. Is that saying right? PTSD.
PTSD.
And we don't heal. We use Band-Aids, and that's something that I did. I use relationships outside of Mel as Band-Aids. That's what I did.
Wow, that's big of you to admit that.
I did.
I'm telling you.
Feel good.
We gotta have a second birthday or something. I don't know. You know, she's too much like me now.
Yes, they made me feel good. They were my feel good place when I didn't want to face the problems that I had with her. You know, I would go and be with this person, and it felt good, and I didn't have to worry about anything. But then when shit got real, I'm like, oh wait a minute, I might as well go back. Like,
I ain't got to deal with
I don't need to do this because I didn't already left that. Right. So then I would find another person, you know, and it kept going until I decided to heal myself, and I did that in the process of our 7-year breakup, and that's the crazy part because we've broken up and splitting up, but that 7 years was a blessing for me. You know, I always tell her, you know, she always like, it's funny because we get into these conversations and she's like, well, you was in a relationship too. I said, no. You were.
Right?
I didn't live with nobody for 7 years. You did.
Yeah.
You was in a relationship. So I was
So
healing.
you wasn't even claiming your...
Right. No, oh no, absolutely not. Oh, no, we're not doing that. So I was able to heal and process. So it's so funny because she came to see me. We had been friends, we did Christmases, like she says, all that stuff is true. And she came to see my grandbaby, Board 19, she lived with me and she came to see my grandbaby. And that was nothing abnormal that, right. She came to wash her and her girlfriend's clothes at the house. Can I come over and wash up? I'm like, yeah, come on over. She says, hey, I'm hungry. Okay, yeah. I mean, because if she was bringing her girlfriend, I'd have cooked for them too. That's just, I never wanted my kids to see and feel like they would lack anything. So anybody that we brought around had to love them just as equally as we did.
Yeah, but I have to say, that's some whole nother level. Love and respect, sis. You strong, sis. You strong.
Yeah, Christina, the topic.
And I love it. Like Mel said, if you do it in the beginning, you set that standard for what my extended family is in the beginning.
Yeah.
Whoever here with me, you want to have to like it or roll.
That's right. Christina, topic tonight is we're talking about, it's a couples edition. More marriages and less makeups. Yeah. You know about marriages. You here for it. Yeah. So that's the king from our prom. And they got married, the king and the queen, when they came to our prom one time.
Awesome. I've been asking Nika about that too.
Yeah.
We'll do something else.
But so I mean, we definitely, and she made a good point when she said about how I came to her house, and I don't know what happened.
She went to sleep, and I finished their laundry. I folded it up. She went to sleep.
I was going to say, did you just throw it in?
No,
folded it.
Let me tell you something. It wasn't personal.
Yeah.
Our kids was there at the house. I never wanted them to ever see me be disrespectful to her. Now, us growing together, we had kids. They saw a lot between me and her.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't all great. You know what I mean? But I wanted them to see that you still have to function when you have kids. You have to show love. So I had no harsh feelings. We proceeded to go forward. We remained friends. And she leaves my house. And she calls me and she says, you know what? I don't want to do this. I want to be with you and I want to make it work. And I said to her, I said, can I call you back? And I hung the phone up.
Exactly what she did. I put her in so much shock because I mean, we were apart for 7 years. I was dating somebody.
And everybody's life was going.
She was dating and I was dating. So we didn't have, it was no inappropriate behavior.
Never.
We never did none of that.
Never.
You understand what I'm saying? Mind you, it was a point in our life where we lived a poly life with my ex-partner. So we did all of this together. So I don't know what happened. I got up off a couch. I went home. I'm driving home. And when I'm driving home, the first thing I think is like, I'm tired of doing this. I want to get back with my well, she wasn't my wife. I want to get back with her. Yeah. I like this. I like being with my family. I like being, and that's that spiritual. That's what it was. And that's what I told her. And I was like, so the funny part about it, I know it's kind of weird because I didn't want to get to that part so fast, but we ended up getting married in 4 months?
Yeah, after that.
Because it was 7 years, you already knew what the outside of everything else looked like, and then you knew who you were in 7 years.
Yeah.
Let me real quick, _ Drummer Girl 22 said, patience is definitely a virtue. Preach me. I had to say it with a little attitude because it just came across like attitude. TT, thanks for jumping in. She just actually left here. Sorry about that. Board 99 said, as many times as you forgive your partner for their mistakes is twice as many as you should give yourself to forgive yourself. I love it. Just little intelligent kids like this. Board 99 came back and said, I remember that. Jeez, it was so awkward. The whole laundry thing. Because it's one thing to see my mother go in and like, go ahead and throw this stuff in the dryer. She get up, she better come on get these bags. But I'm a dry it. Now I don't like to fold my own stuff.
I think she talking about the poly though.
Oh yeah, poly. Oh yeah.
Well, I just want to look in the window like, what they doing? I've always been intrigued by the poly lifestyle. I think it is like, it takes strong people to do that. And people always like, because I couldn't do a threesome. I can't see my mate, please. I said, but if y'all already had to talk, y'all know what level y'all on. You can do it.
Yeah.
So unless you're here for a different reason.
Yeah, I mean, it started out, we had I'm not going to say it was bad.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm going to say is I think at some point they outgrew it. Other people outgrew it. And so we decided to go away from it. A lot of, y'all hear me talk on here a lot. Mm-hmm. Everybody get on me because I still have that mindset of mm-hmm. poly. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I really don't have a lot of problems with a lot of things. Now, today, would I want to do that? Probably not. Because I've grown, and in the spiritual foundation where I'm at right now, I probably wouldn't see that for us. You understand what I'm saying? I think we learned to find what we needed in each other. You know what I mean? The last 4 years, the last 4 years is not been all that easy either, because we had a lot of things that has happened between us. We lost a lot of people, deaths. I lost my parents. I lost my siblings. Some people that was like siblings to us. So we didn't know how to comfort each other. So we went through the last 4 years have been some ups and downs. But what happened was, for me, I did some work this time.
Okay.
And I went and got me some healing. Got my own place. We moved out.
Yes, we live separately.
We live separate, by the way, guys. I want to share that with y'all.
Let me say this. You know what's burning me up inside? That's my favorite part. I always say I can get remarried if we can live in two different. Because I know what part of marriage that I yearn for, but I know what part that overwhelms me.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, people I know a lot of people look at us and they like, y'all do what? I'm like, she got her apartment and I got her apartment. We gave up the house. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And we still spend most of our time together. But guess what? When she get tired of me, guess what she do?
I take my ass home.
She go home.
Right. And I love that part.
You know what I mean? And
Board 99. I'm sorry, Board 99 just said they get along so much better now that they live apart. Even the children saying, yes, this is not awkward.
This is you know what I'm saying? This is real. And the reason we sharing this is because this is real life in our community. Right. People don't want to talk to us,
and
in the world.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And people don't want to talk about it. But for us, I wanted to let people see it as two lesbians, definitely, because I want them to know, yeah, we can do this. Mm-hmm. We can make these relationships work. You know what I mean? We can live a functional life even if we're not together or together. We trying to show people that no matter what you go through, if you really want it, you're going to do the work to get it. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong that we didn't have our ups and downs. Because
I would, quote unquote, I will never do a poly relationship ever again.
So what is the worst part for you that make you say never, ever, ever? Like, I'm swearing about
never.
So
never.
What is it that make you say definitely never?
Well, at the time, okay, so how I feel was, what happened was the girlfriend she had was lazy.
Okay.
And to put it, I provided that part of keeping the house clean, food on the table, stuff like that. And she provided the fun part. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm more stable. So I think that once it was realized that I still was the dominating factor in the relationship, despite I was invited in. But you can't invite somebody in that was already there.
Excuse me, please. This lady is something else. That's right. I'm here. I'm already better than this.
Our foundation was already laid. You were actually the one that was invited in. But I think what happened was, like Mel explained to me, she hadn't healed properly like she thought.
Right.
And that strummed up a lot of things. And just, I could love whoever Mel loved because Mel loved her.
So much. Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But if you can't return at me, because if something was to happen to Mel, you mean to tell me that you're going to leave me stranded and we in this three-way together? Yeah. Oh, no. See, I'm not doing that. I've been abandoned by my father. I won't have nobody else abandon me. That is not going to happen.
Issues, so let's get this straight right now.
So they, in turn, the decision was made best, for them, and we just separated and went our separate ways. But because I have such a bad taste in my mouth about it, I would never do that.
Because of that.
Yes. And, I definitely understand that, one person cannot be your everything. It's just impossible. But I can have someone, like we were just talking about that today, like soulmates. Soulmates don't have to be who you're in a relationship with. I can have someone pour into me what my wife can't pour into me, or if, say for instance, especially because we had a lot of grief and loss, if there's a day that Mel's feeling sad and about the lost, it makes me sad. So I may need somebody to pour into me so I can pour into her. Absolutely. So I think it's okay. I think the mistake of a lot of relationships is they want this person to be their everything. And that is just impossible. We are not God.
We
Absolutely.
talked about that, like on another show a couple weeks ago, that on the Bro Show, Kenny explained that nobody can be your 100. You can't give 100% of you to anybody.
Absolutely.
Because if you go ahead, I'm giving you 100. I ain't got nothing, for work. If I go to work and get a job 100, I come home, I can't get nothing from you. Then what about the kids? And then, I gotta give you a little bit. Keep me a little bit. Get the kids a little bit. You gotta not put all of you into anywhere.
That's right.
That's how you lose you. I want real quick. Board 99. I'm just gonna add you to the live. We're just gonna add you to the live. She said, I remember the poly relationship, and it ended badly. She said, plus she was much younger, so I think that had a lot to do with it. So maybe that was the fun side.
Yeah. So to respond to what she said, I think what happened was we lost ourselves in each other. Mm-hmm. So when I got when we, and you got to remember, we were raising 5 children in the midst of all this. So I never stopped. You remember how you say being a parent, being a wife. Even though we weren't married, I was still being a wife, a husband, as she says, and being family to my mom, taking care of my brother. We were doing a lot of different things. So I didn't have no fun.
Right.
So when I met somebody younger, the fun piece came in, and it was like, hey, we did a lot of things together. I like smoke at the time. I like to do certain things. So we drink. My wife is not really a drinker. So she was a friend. Mm-hmm. She became
not
more of a friend.
The wife she had.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We know fights. We know what's big.
I wouldn't have none of that.
She was a friend. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of different things happen, and you just get caught up in that. And like you said, you can't give everybody everything, because I felt drained.
Yeah.
I was drained. I was wore out. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't have anything to give to each other. So once we stopped being able to give it to each other, we found it someplace else. And that's what happens in a relationship. That's why I say more marriages and less makeups. Build towards the marriage. Don't have to keep making up.
Yeah, but I think that makeup piece is necessary.
Well, I think it's how you looking at it.
Continuously.
Yes, it's how you looking at it. I mean, you got to think of, like we were breaking up constantly.
Right. That's what I said.
You don't want to keep making up constantly. You know what I'm saying? But the thing of it is, what I realized was, when I started going to God and getting answers and going to the spiritual aspect of things, I realized, like I told you, we stopped dating. I stopped collecting data. I didn't know her. I didn't know her at all. I still was with the same 27-year-old girl that I got with 14 years later.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm still seeing that same person in my mind is who I wanted to see. But truthfully, she had evolved. She changed. Yes. And that's what made me I wanted that back. But then when I got back, I realized she wasn't that person.
Looking like a tuck-tail puppy.
She wasn't that same person.
I don't know who that was.
So it definitely made a lot of things different for us. But the truth of the matter is, we were able to learn each other again. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that we didn't have problems, we didn't go through our ups and downs or whatever. But this time, the fight was different because she was my wife.
Yes.
She wasn't my girlfriend.
It takes on a different. It takes on a totally different value.
Yeah.
Like
it takes a totally
I don't. It's funny because before I wanted us to get married, and she would always say, "Well, what would be different?" I said a lot. I can't. It's just different. I used to say that all the time, and I think she found out because my fight was different. When we were together, I was like, whatever. When we got married, I was in it. I was in it.
Let me say. Let me get this right.
Yeah.
Because now is what people don't realize, and I hate in the gay community, especially with lesbians, they feel like they just up and go, back and forth. No, when you're married, it's a thing.
It is.
It's something there that's supposed to mean something. I mean, I know so many women who has been married to another woman about 4 or 5 times since they've been able to.
Yeah.
Like, you're making it a muck.
Yes.
You're making it look messy.
And that's why they don't respect it.
Yes.
And
it's a joke to them, you
other
know what I'm
ones
saying?
don't
Because they
respect
feel
you.
like the other people looking at it like, oh man, y'all think it's okay to just jump ship soon as something, you don't want to do the work, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? All we doing is dating and, you know, just having fun together or, you know, playing house together. No, you want to get to the point of marriage. You know what I'm saying? I think we all want that at some point in our life.
Mhm.
We're not just doing this. We're not spending our time dating and giving up our lives to a person and that's not your outcome.
Right.
But a lot of times we get sidetracked by that because it's like in this lifestyle we had for so long, we couldn't get married. So
Right.
it became a habit of if it don't work, okay, I'll leave you, I'll go to the next one. Well, no, now you have that right to get married. And that's why I say less makeups and more marriages because if you fought for this right, why we ain't doing it?
And then you
respect
and
it.
then
You know
you
what I'm saying?
think about it. And then you think about it. Look at all the damage. You know, we talking about all this damage that our children have but look at the damage that we're causing them. Unstable lives. You know, no wonder it's hard for same-sex marriages, couples to adopt because it's so unstable looking. You know, and that's one of the things that I had someone ask me about my children, and they were like, were you not afraid that they would be gay? And I said, were you not afraid yours would be?
You know,
Like,
just because you gay don't mean your child gonna be gay.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
I was ready to say, 'cause the thing is, how many
let me tell you.
people- You had straight.
We got straight. I came, and I still. There you go.
Right.
And listen,
Right, so
I didn't even
I'm
know
not
a gay
afraid to be
person
straight.
until for me. I did we didn't have no. My parents didn't have gay kids, or we didn't have a bunch of gay people around us. You
Right,
got to
right,
remember
right.
the times that we grew up. You know, so we didn't see all of that. So no, I didn't choose to be gay because oh no, this is how I was born. I was born this way. This is who I am. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I told you before, I was able to pretend to be straight though.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That I went through. I pretend to be straight because that's what everybody told me I needed to do.
Mhm.
But once I got to a point where I was able to accept myself, I had to be real with myself. This is not what I want to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it comes a point in time where if you know this is what you want, we can't play with this. We want them to respect us. We want them to accept us. Well, then we have to move accordingly. We can't keep having this in and out and our relationship jumping, we here today and gone tomorrow.
That's how
you know what I'm saying?
Go and take it just because I just always have to bring this in because it's important. It's a big deal to me. The whole Roe versus Wade thing. Getting an abortion was so illegal, so underground, so back alley, but it was necessary for people who got raped or molested or different things. So then once they gave you the right, they was using it as a contraceptive. Oh, I don't want this baby.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to get this money out of him. I'm going to get this abortion. And now that they done took it back, everybody got an attitude. What you mad for? Because you used abortion as a contraceptive instead of a resort of, oh my God, I had no other choice. Lord, help
That's
me.
right.
What should I
That's
do?
right.
Yeah.
Now I feel the same way about gay marriages. Being homosexual was so back alley.
Mm-hmm.
You could be murdered just for walking down the street with the wrong twitch in your walk.
Yeah.
To now you get all these rights, and now y'all want to say, "Well, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna leave her." Wait a minute, baby. You
gotta-
got right working
that's
out.
right.
Yeah.
And Christina Watson says some of these chicks are marrying for the wrong reasons.
And that,
Just to say.
yep.
That is
Some
a
do
true
it just
statement.
to say.
Some of them just want to.
Want a
Some
wedding.
people
Throw
just
yourself
want to
a
have a
party.
wedding.
Throw yourself
Some
a
people
party.
want to have a reception.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got
Throw
people who
yourself
want
a
to do
party.
all that
As
stuff.
Tone say, professional cake cut.
There you go. And you know what I mean?
Like
Some
that.
people,
I
and
like
the
that.
thing of it is, it's like it gets to the point where it's like, do I really, do you really want to set this example for our community?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This is, like I tell her all the time, this is what our ministry is about. This is why we're doing this because we did that. We did jump ship here and there and everywhere. You know what I'm saying? We did that. So when we sit down with these youth who are doing this or younger people who are coming up behind us, we're able to say, yeah, I did that. You know what I mean? But that's not what we want for our community.
Right.
We want to set a better example. We want to let the kids coming up behind us to know that this is not a game. We can't allow them to keep taking that. Look, they took abortion away. Now they took an transgender rights away. Come on, how many more rights are we going to lose? We have to stand firm.
Yeah.
We have to show them that this is not a game for us. This is real for us. This is our lifestyle. This is how we live. This is my everyday life. I'm gonna wake up to this woman every day. She's gonna wake up to me every day, and we need to put that out there and let people know this is where we at. You know, this is what's happening. We're here,
Right.
and we're here to stay, and we're gonna keep our rights. And we're going to vote, and we're going to do the things that we need to do for our community.
Please, and thank
You know what I'm saying? We have to.
And I like to change that word lifestyle. This is our life. Because
Period.
styles change, and I'm not changing.
Come on.
So
Feisty.
this is our
Come
life.
on, Feisty. Yeah.
I
I
stand
love her.
up.
I love her.
So I, you know, it's real. It's real, you know. And my daughter always says something. She's like, you know, why do people have to always say, well, I'm lesbian or I'm transgender? I don't have to go around and say I'm straight. She says it all the time.
That's the point.
You know, and that's what our ministry, we want to teach the kids just to be comfortable who you are. We don't need a label. Really. We choose a label.
You know, that's my
The
thing,
label
right?
is-
Don't label me.
The label is just something that you choose to carry. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I took Louis Vuitton off something and put somebody else on it, you wouldn't know. You understand what I'm saying? We choose to have labels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing that I'm looking at in our community. Why do we have to have so many labels? You know what I'm saying? We're here. That's all they
That's
need
it.
to know.
That's
I-
right.
We're
like you said,
here.
it's my life.
I don't need
I
you
exist.
to. I don't need a letter in the alphabet to describe me. I am a child of God. That's it. That's it for me. You know what I'm saying? For me, I am a child of God. I had a lady say that to me one day. She said, wow, I never met a lesbian who talk about God like you do. I said, well, maybe you should stop looking at the fact that I'm a lesbian and just respect that I'm a child of God.
How about that?
How about that?
See, the thing is, you done boxed me off into the lesbian box that you don't even know how much word of God I got stored up in me.
There you go. And
You
a
can't
lot of
even
people
respect me
take
for
that.
that.
They take that away. You know what I'm saying? They take that away from us. They already ostracized us from the churches and stuff. You understand? They did that already. So now, okay, you can't take God from me. You can take a building. You can make me uncomfortable in that building, but you can't make me uncomfortable in my relationship with God. And this is what we got to get back to. Standing firm. Letting whatever your higher power may be. You can call him Allah. You can call him Buddha. You can call him whatever you want to call him. Whatever you want to call her. Whatever description you use to describe your higher power. But just let people know, I have a foundation.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I stand firm on that. You know, they just think we're not humans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, we are humans and we're here to stay.
You know, a lot of people. Let me just say this real quick. Board 99, we just gonna bring you in the building next week. I think you should get with Mel. Ask her, can you just be a guest? 'Cause this thing is feisty. I don't even know how many messages to go back. I'm gonna go to this one right here. Oh, do I have stories about being raised with lesbian moms? I know you do, because you've been over here flaming. Board 99 came back and said, yeah, I don't understand why people think that someone woke up and chose just like I didn't choose to be straight woman. I'm sure most guys didn't choose to be gay. It's who they are. And that is I'm just so in love with you. We haven't even met and I just like, oh, I love you. But I feel that because I always say, like, who I am is who I am. Don't box me. Like, why do people think that somebody of the gay lifestyle, homosexuality, whatever you want to say, why do you think this person woke up and say, I dare to be different from the whole world and see if they'll try to kill me? Like, they chose
Speak about it.
who I am over the fact that they probably kill me if I walk down the street
right.
a little too quick,
Yeah.
a little too, go hard. And I grew up with a deep voice, but my uncle was flames, okay? So I already knew whoever you're going to be, you're going to be. You better use that mouth. You better talk.
That's
you
right.
better. So regardless, as the girl asked me, what side of the fence, regardless of what side of the fence I'm on, who I am,
That's right.
is who I am. Why do you think somebody want to choose to be I'm going against the grain of the world.
And people don't understand that. You know what I mean? Who would choose to be discriminated against?
Yeah.
I didn't do this to get attention. I wanted the least amount of attention. But what I also wanted to know, let people know is this is who God made me to be. And he made me this way for a reason.
How about that?
And the reason is because I'm not afraid. I am going to speak for my people. And I am going to get out here and protest, and I'm going to fight, and I'm going to talk about transgenders, gays, lesbians, bisexual, transgender, anybody you want to be. All I want you to know is God loves you. You got to love yourself and love each other. That's all he asks us to do is love. So that's all we want to teach. And, you know, that's really important. And Christina, thanks for coming in. And she said, my thing is why I share life, who I share life with is a problem to somebody else. That is true because I couldn't care who somebody else is married to. But because I'm married to a woman, people have a problem with it. And then stop looking at who I'm married to and just know that we love each other. You know what I'm saying? And if you have any questions, we raised some beautiful kids because they all online tonight and they able to demonstrate love in all areas of their life. So being raised by two lesbians don't make messed up children because some of them kids that's out there killing each other was raised by straight parents. It don't got nothing to do.
Parents, hardcore
heterosexual,
men,
straight men, and all that. So it's
neighbor.
not about that. It's who you are and who's inside you. But on that note, I definitely want to let everybody know
I ask
that.
a question real quick?
Yes.
Mel, Drummer Girl 22, is that one of y'all children?
Drummer Girl? No, I don't
No,
know.
underscore Drummer Girl 22 underscore. I'm just loving all the comments. I thought it was one of the kids, but
No.
came back just now to say, preach, minister me with the 100s. I love it. I love the energy that you are getting tonight.
Yes, and I'm definitely glad that everybody definitely hearing me and getting to understand that this platform is very important for us as a people. Being a part of our community, the Rainbow Nation, is very important. We also want to invite you to come over to our other page, which is J Storms, J.S.T.O.R.R.M.S. J Storms. Just trying to overcome rejection for my salvation / sexuality. This is our ministry. Go to our page, check out our page. We got some things coming. We got a big event coming up in September 23rd to be exact. And definitely, we're going to be giving out tickets on here. Also, we're going to be doing auditions. We're looking for people. I'm looking forward to build a praise team. We're going to have a praise party. We're going to go and praise God and, whatever, anybody who's interested, we want to do that. So we're going to use one day here, one day in July to have a Friday, and we're going to have some open auditions as soon as we figure out how we can do those things. Whether we do it on the live on our page or whatever. We're going to bring people who want to come together. We're going to come together and we're going to fellowship. We want to make a safe place for everybody who wants to be able to fellowship. And that's what we're going to do. And we're looking forward to that. So, anything else you want to share?
I'm doing the dance ministry, so I need all dancers because
Yeah.
praise comes in so many different ways, and mine is demonstrated through dance. So I definitely look forward to anyone who wants to participate. Absolutely.
So definitely hit us up on
And
here.
It's not limited
And
to a
it's
lifestyle.
not, and there you
No.
go. Remember, we are open and affirmative.
Can you
Means that
spell it out again because I'm trying to type it in while you say
J.S.T.O.R.M.S. J Storms. Because we know that you have plenty of storms in your life and we want to be there to help you get through them. You know what I'm saying? And the only way that you really get through storms is by putting Jesus in front of it. So just remember that. That's all we want to do is bring those things back to you and help us understand that where our foundations come from. We didn't make this way on our own. We just did this with the help of God. And trust me, it has not been easy. I know there's a lot of people out there looking like, wow, I remember they was just broke up or they didn't. Yeah, I remember that too. But I also remember the word of God. And I know when you put him in front of us, he brought us back together for a purpose that's bigger than both of us. And that's to be able to help other people in our community. So once again, we thank you all for coming. And I thank my beautiful wife for stepping in with us today and spite of not having my beautiful sister here. We love you, we miss you, and we glad to, do this show with you. If there's anything y'all want to talk about, please feel free to hit us on our inboxes. And remember, we want to thank Timeless Studios for having us. They make it happen for us.
Yes.
And Miss V is going to give you all the information about those things where you can find that out.
All right, so real quick, before I go into the details, I just want to say, Drummer Girl 22 said, amen. Thanks, Mel. You are a true worshiper. I know it was so spiritual right there at that wrap up, wasn't it? I loved it. Real quick, if you have any details, you want to give a topic, you want to ask a question, you want to know anything about Pride, what Mel and Shem Talk has going on this month. Your event is September, correct?
September 23rd.
So if you have anything, dance ministry, whatever worship,
you're welcome. And we welcome allies. All we require is that you love God. That's all we require.
That's it. That's
you
it.
love God.
How easy is that?
Because if you love God, you can love everybody else.
That's right.
And that's all that matters.
You don't have to wear the flag. You don't have to be purple. You don't have to be green. You don't have to be yellow. You just have to love God and spiritually walk in what God given you. You can find Shem Talk on Facebook at SH parentheses IM parentheses Talk is a group on Facebook. You can always find Straight Talk with Miss V on Facebook. YouTube Straight Talk with Miss V. That's Miss MS.VEE. Shem Talk is right there underneath of there. Shem Talk got their own pages going on. I need y'all to know how real this is. I'm so flooded and overwhelmed. I just love Mel. You rock this out tonight, Mel.
Thank you. This is what I love.
I love it.
I love my community and I love God.
But
so
she's
this
shy.
I knew you were watching. I'm sorry, y'all. I mentioned my uncle a lot of times. My sister and I are believers, and I don't even know if you heard it, Tammy, but we are worshipers.
Absolutely.
In the lifestyle or the life, as our new way to say it,
That's right.
we are believers because our uncle was energy in our life growing up. And she just said, love is the key with all these exclamation points. I just had to read that. One, it's my sister, but two, I know how excited she feel about after she just watched this. So I had to bring that up. Again, y'all, that's Shem Talk right here live from Timeless JMA Studios. If you have any topics, if you want to be a guest, if you want to even jump on the live,
come on in.
Hit up Miss V. We're here for it.
That's right. We're here for it all. All right. Have a good one, everybody.